Do you know what betrayal sounds like? For me, it wasn't whispers or lies. It was the crack of a slap across my face, echoing in a room full of strangers. That was the moment I stopped being my sister's shadow and started becoming my own person. My name is Elena Ward. I'm 27, and the day I should have been helping my sister pick out her dream wedding gown turned into the day I destroyed that dream entirely. We were in this glittering bridal boutique downtown. The kind of place where the floors shine like mirrors and every dress looks like it belongs in a royal wedding. She, Clara, stood on a pedestal twirling in a gown dripping with crystals, glowing like she was the star of some fairy tale. Everyone applauded. Our mom, the sales staff, even distant relatives who'd tagged along just to witness her moment. And me? I was in the corner, clutching her purse, holding her phone, waiting to be ordered around like her servant. That was my role. Always had been. When the saleswoman asked if she wanted a veil, Clara didn't even glance at me. She snapped her fingers. Elena, hurry! Go get it! Don't be useless for once. I swallowed my pride, fetched the veil, and placed it gently in her hands, and then her hand met my face. A sharp sting. A wave of heat spreading across my cheek. Get out! She hissed, her voice venomous enough for the entire boutique to hear. You don't belong here! Gasps rippled around the room. Some people looked away, pretending not to see. But everyone heard. My body shook. My eyes burned. But I didn't cry. Because in that moment of humiliation, a colder truth rose inside me like steel. Clara had no idea. No one did. That every sparkling dress, every bouquet, every fancy dinner leading up to this dream wedding wasn't hers. It was mine. I walked out of that boutique with fire in my chest, pulled out my phone, and opened my banking app. My hands trembled, but my mind had never been clearer. Cancel card, click. Done. In seconds, the money pipeline she'd been draining was gone. Not even a minute later, a notification buzzed. Transaction declined. $20,350. I didn't need to guess. That was her gown. Through the glass, I watched her face crumple, watched her demand the staff. Run it again. Watched the manager finally strip the dress from her arms. For once, I didn't feel small. I felt free. The call started almost immediately. Mom. Dad. And then Clara. Elena, what have you done? Your sister nearly fainted in the boutique. Call the bank. Fix this now. I answered calmly. There's nothing to fix. That was my card. My money. And it stops today. Silence. Then fury. You selfish girl. How dare you ruin her wedding? Selfish? I snapped. I've drained my savings for months to keep this fantasy alive. Venues, flowers, dinners, paid by me. And what did I get? A slap in the face. Clara snatched the phone, her voice shrill with rage. You're jealous. You've always been jealous. Ruining me won't make you shine. Everyone will still choose me. I didn't argue. I just said, then pay for your own crown, Clara. And hung up. By the next morning, her kingdom was crumbling. The venue emailed, payment overdue, reservation will be canceled within 48 hours. The caterer's check bounced. The photographer pulled out. Family group chats lit up with confusion. Relatives demanded answers. Whispers spread. If Elena was funding everything, what does that say about Clara? And then came the message I didn't expect. From Adrian, her fiancé. Is it true? Were you the one paying for all this? She told me her parents were covering everything. I typed back one word. Yes. 2 days later, Adrian called. His voice was calm, but laced with anger. Elena, tell me the truth. Did you really pay for all of it? The venue, the dinners, everything? Yes. Every dime. Silence. Then a deep sigh. She told me money wasn't an issue. That her parents were covering it all. I stood in front of my family, humiliated, because none of it was real. If she lied about this, what else has she lied about? Clara's voice suddenly screeched through the line. Don't listen to her. She's jealous. She's trying to ruin us. But Adrian cut her off, his tone cold. Enough. I saw the receipts. You lied to me, Clara. You built this wedding on your sister's back. If you can't be honest about money, how can I trust you with a marriage? Her cries turned desperate, but by the end of that call, the engagement was over. And just like that, her fairy tale shattered. On the day the wedding should have been, I walked into the reception hall out of sheer curiosity. Empty tables. Bare stage. Guests murmuring, restless, confused. Clara sat in the corner, in a cheap rented gown, mascara streaking her face. When her eyes met mine, she exploded. You ruined everything. But instead of pity, the crowd turned toward me. Waiting.so I told him the truth. Calm. Steady. Clear. For months, I paid for everything while Clara lied. When she humiliated me, I stopped. This, I gestured to the empty hall, is the result. Gasps. Whispers. A few even said out loud, serves her right. And then Adrian walked in, not as a groom, but as a man free of lies. The wedding is off, he declared to everyone. I won't marry someone who builds her life on deceit. The silence that followed was louder than any scream. Relatives trickled out. My parents begged me to fix it, but I didn't flinch. No, I'm done being your bank. If you want dreams, pay for them yourselves. And I walked out, head high, heart steady. In the weeks after, the call stopped. Clara vanished into shame. My parents drowned in bills that were once mine to carry. And me? For the first time in years, I kept my paycheck. Signed up for cooking classes. Saved money for myself. One night, stirring pasta in my small apartment, it hit me. That slap in the boutique didn't break me, it freed me. Because the cruelest revenge isn't destroying someone. It's walking away and letting them choke on the weight of their own lies. And that's exactly what I did. So tell me, if you were in my shoes, would you have done the same? Or would you have kept funding her fantasy?